Everyone, it's Nicole and I'm here with the very last layout that I got completed at the crop last October, where I brought 48 page kits and I got 42 pages done. This is layout 42 of 42. And guess what? This is the one that I did the quickest. And I think it's because I knew there was some crunch time. You know, I had to get this layout done, and then we were going to have dinner, and then we were going to pack and come home. The crop went till like 3 or 4 o'clock, but I had, a hockey game to go to home, so we left a little early and went to the hockey game. And basically, this layout is actual speed. This layout took me like 9 minutes and 40 seconds or something like that. I basically just took a few little clips out that I kind of was not in, in frame for like 10 seconds, but that's it. This layout took me under 10 minutes. And as you can tell, I'm not like super rushing. And this is how I did all my layouts. It's not as if, I was kind of rushing and trying to go fast. I was just getting the layouts done. Now this layout had quite a bit of purple in it. And so I'm going to mat my photos in purple. Now this is a picture of myself and one of the trails that we went on a couple summers ago. And if you've been following me for a while, you know that walking and hiking, it's kind of a big thing for us. We do a lot of walking, and whenever we go on vacation, we always include some hikes. So I cut that piece of pattern paper. It looks like it might be like a 10 by 10. And then this strip here is probably like 3 by 12. And that's going to be the foundation of my layout. And then while I'm doing that, I'll let you know a little bit what's going to be happening for my channel, or on my channel, for the next 6 weeks or so. So on Mondays, it's always going to be a make a page kit, and all the videos are uploaded till the second week of August. So it's already scheduled, it's up there. And then on Fridays, it's going to be a layout. And then maybe on Wednesdays, if everything goes well, I'm going to be uploading, maybe a 10-minute video of our trip and just what's going on. The biggest thing at this point is whether or not we'll get Wi-Fi or not, right? And if we do, I'm definitely going to be, uploading our trip videos and stuff. Now for this layout, I did have 2 photos that are 4 by 4, and I really like lately to kind of take a little strip. This is probably like a 1.5 inch strip, and I either put it underneath where my journaling is or underneath my photo, and I connect it to the other side. And then it kind of gives me a spot to do something like this where I can add some of our digital frames. And then on those frames, I can do the journaling, and I can also do a spot where I can do some embellishments. Now the frames, you can cut them apart. I just really enjoy taking 3 frames in a row and keeping them connected. And then I take one of the frames, and that's where I do a lot of my embellishing. And then I can either, put a little embellishment in the other one and then do journaling in one, or I can do journaling in 2 of the frames. And of course, I like using viewfinders for my base. So I like to start my base with something that is round, and then I like to use something that is a different shape. So then I'll use like a label, and I love using those frames too. That frame is also a foundation for the clusters. Another thing that I really like using as my foundation is the tags, and I'll do the same thing. I'll put 3 tags in a row, or I'll just put 2 tags or 1 tag, and then I'll start building up my embellishment clusters right on, the tags. Now, another thing that I love doing is our digital butterflies. I love them. And I love putting some foam tape in behind the wings. And then they look like they're in flight. And I like to add them to each embellishment clusters. Now, I try to, and I say try to, put an uneven number of butterflies. So I'll either do like 3, 5, or 7. Now, I've seen myself that, I must not have counted right and I ended up with 6 or something like that. But as a rule of thumb, that's what I try to do, is I try to put an uneven number of butterflies. And also I try to make the butterflies so some of them look like they're flying into the page and some of them, they look like they're flying out of the page. And then another thing I like to do is to take a pen and I do what I call like the flight of the butterfly. Now, I think my next crop is going to be in October again. So what I'm doing right now, we're only June right now and I'm already prepping for that crop because next time I want to bring at least 60 page kits. And the biggest difference that I'm going to switch it up is, if you watch my Make a Page Kit, is I'm not using scraps this time. I'm using full collections and I'm doing 2 page kits with each of the collection and then throwing the sticker sheets in there and some die cuts, from that collection. And then I'm just adding my digital prints that I'm going to use for the foundation. And the biggest thing is I'm going to make sure that I cut apart and punch out all the digital files before I go, because I did sort of the math and it takes me about 10 minutes to cut all the digital files for each page kit. So, 48 kits at 10 minutes a piece, and I can only do about 6 an hour. That's 8 hours of cutting stuff apart. So can you imagine how many more pages I'll be able to get done if those are already cut apart? So at this point, I must have pretty close to 60 page kits, the paper, not the embellishments quite yet. So when we come back, that's what I'm going to be working on, and I'll bring you along and we'll get all the page kits ready. And what I'm calling, I'm putting everything in a playlist. It's, Project 100 2022. And then when I come back from the crop and I start posting the layouts that I got done at the crop, I'll put everything in that playlist. So you can see the progression right from the time that I make the page kits to completing all the pages. I've had so many people say that that has changed the way that they scrapbook, and they would only be able to do, a couple of layouts or maybe 5 layouts in a whole weekend, and now they get, 15 to 20 layouts. And I have to say 42, that was a record for me. And I'm going to try and get 60 done. Not that it's, a competition, but it's just a fun challenge that I like to do for myself. Plus, it's a work weekend for me, and to get that many pages done, it really kind of frees up my time at home too. And man, this page is almost done. I just got to I added the butterflies, and now I'm adding some enamel dots. And then if, I do what I normally do, I end up adding the flight of the butterfly on all of these, and that's going to complete this layout. So stay tuned for all the Make a Page kits that are going to be uploaded this summer, and some new pages that I got done. And I want to thank you so much for watching. Bye.